What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another SandStorm Meetup. Hope everyone is having a lovely Friday, getting ready for the weekend. And to close out the week, we are joined by our friends over at the Octohedz. How are you doing? I'm joined by Moss. And did you say that there was someone else with you as well?
Yeah, hey, it's Moss and or AKA Rita.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
hi. Yeah, I'm Octo Queen. Yeah,
All right,
nice
all
to
right.
meet you.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but we chatted all the way back. I want to say it was back in February. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm very excited that we actually met up in NYC as well. That was a blast.
Yeah, I unfortunately did not go to NFT NYC, um, but try to make it out to the next one. It always looks like a fun time. But for everyone watching the stream, like I said, we had Octohedz on the show. There is a rebroadcast on the YouTube channel. If you guys want to get further in depth to the history of Octohedz, we still will go over a brief summary. So I guess we'll start out with an introduction of Da and Mas. Tell us a little bit about you guys. How you got into the Web3 space and what the inspiration was behind creating Octohedz.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, I'm an artist when since I was little, and I always wanted to do something with art. And one day, like in the pandemic, my wife just sent me a message. And I'm like, hey, have you heard of NFTs? I think it's something that'll be very interesting. And this technology is so great. So I looked into it, and I saw there's so many people that are doing like one-on-one arts, and that's how I got introduced into it. So I got into doing like some paintings since February of 2021, and slowly I got immersed into the space and got to know some people and got into some discords. And then I saw like there are something that people are doing like PFPs, which I thought was a really good idea and brilliant way to create communities, because I really wanted to create a community of artists and programmers, and kind of take on this whole space and do something really wicked, right? Since I've always liked to draw like sea creatures, and I saw like the space was kind of like filled with derivatives of punks and bored apes. So
Yeah.
I wanted to do something a little bit different that kind of represents me and represents us, because we really love, I always draw something about marine life, octopus, fish. And I thought, was like, I haven't seen anyone with an octopus trait that truly represents it in a really cool and fun way. And that's kind of how Octohedz was born. It was just put octos on all of our PFPs, and we created it as one of the main traits in pretty much our brand. And we have like a motto and a mantra that says, get out of your head and follow your octo heart. And that kind of in a way that, just don't overthink too much, and just take that leap of faith, and, just swim along, ride the wave.
Yeah, totally. So he already said that I'm the one who introduced him to the NFT space. So during the pandemic, right? I usually am an avid traveler, so I don't know what to do, and then I just go online, and then I found that I found this thing called like NFT and technology, all this thing, and then back then I didn't understand why people just keep buying animal JPEG like for no reason, right? So I was like, this is absurd to me. So I have to find out. And then after I find out more and more, I was like, oh my god, this is more than just JPEG. Is the technology behind it, like blockchain technology. So for me, this is the aha moment that what is why don't we just do something about it? So I sent it to him because like you are artists for more than 18 years, and then we have engineering background, and then we love technology. Why don't we bridge something that we love together and bring it to life? Just like he always said that, yeah, get out of the head and follow your of the heart, because he failed at the art exam to get into like art school. So you know what, like why don't you just doing that? Because this is the first time in human history that you can actually make a living or like do something out of the of your passion.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, audit is almost like a fancy word for like unemployed, you know what I mean? And now you can actually do that. So I was like, you know what,
Yeah.
let's just take a leap of faith and let's see where it go.
Yeah. And it's funny, like here's the thing, like I got rejected from art school but got accepted in engineering. So go figure. It's just like the world is built upside down, man. So
No, I mean that's awesome that you're getting to follow your passion, because I mean, yeah, most artists don't get known or make a living until after they're dead, because that's when their art gets the notoriety. But yeah, that's one thing I love about the NFT space is how it empowers creators, and we will talk about that a little bit more in the show with stuff that is going on within the NFT space. We're not going to go through the whole, everything that your project was doing, because we want to talk about some updates. But, if you want to give a brief overview of, I guess the different collections, because you guys do have 4 collections that are out. And I guess a little brief overview of each of them for people watching.
Yeah, for sure. So we initially started with the Octohedz Genesis, which is like 888 collections. And we wanted to make it very small and build a tight community that kind of takes this whole journey from the start. So this is where, this is our main premium, I think, collection, where they're generating inks, which kind of powers the whole Octoverse. And basically each Genesis, they generate 8 inks per day for 8 years. I think we're already past 1 year mark very soon, so we're passing that. So basically these inks, they can be used to breed baby krakens, which is one of our second collections. And the baby krakens give you access to our back end, our team. So if you have any questions or if you wanted to know a little bit more, so anything that we're working with, we kind of have calls with the holders from the baby krakens. And also, if you're starting your own project and you need some advice or some help with anything, this is also one of the perks that comes with it. Also, inks is used currently to breed the VX, which is our avatars coming into the sandbox. We've been working closely with sandbox for I think close to a year now. We started working on that since October of 2021, and this is also another milestone. It's a 1 year mark since we started our venture in the metaverse and actually building something for sandbox and our holders. So basically what it does is, like, if you hold our second collection, the Reloaded, if you can use 2 Reloaded and 300 inks, then you can get a really cool looking VX to use in the sandbox. And more details on that later on the year or beginning of Q1, where we're working with Sandbox, trying to get our avatars to life and bring them into the hub. But one thing that we're very excited about is we're working on a game, like a full experience on the Sandbox, which not many people are doing. And that's something that we're getting into the space in a different way, because we truly believe that story is king, and we wanted to make sure that we come in and it's not just like another hub. We just wanted to make sure people can experience what we're thinking and why there is an Octo to begin with, and it's just something we're very passionate about.
Nice. Yeah. And I believe, as we're seeing right here, the Octos on top of the sandbox voxels. I remember when we talked back in February, I was just amazed by them and how all the tentacles move. And I believe, if my memory serves me correct, I want to say that you guys announced that you got accepted into the Sandbox Creator Fund back then. I want to say we did that on the show, but I'm not 100% sure. But you guys are actually creating a game demo for Sandbox Alpha Season 4, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
And you're right. We announced it firstly on Sandstorm. Yeah. We didn't even announce it yet on our Discord. So yeah, you guys got the first the first alpha for what was going on the back end.
Yeah, no, I remember we had the breaking news there. Now, so are you guys? How does getting into the Sandbox Alpha, I guess, work? Or do you guys have to make a game first and then they have to approve it, or are you guys like 100%? Your game's going to be playable in Sandbox Alpha 4.
I think it's maybe it's a little bit. It made the service to say like it was very easy to get there, but it took a long time to actually even get into the game fund. I think it took us maybe 3 or 4 months it was a long process, and because we applied and we wanted to get in and give them something that is a little bit different. So maybe like the people who applied to game fund, they probably know this, but for the people who didn't, you pretty much have to treat it as if you're going into maybe a little bit of a VC in a way. So you have to have a full presentation, a full even like a game design document, etc., to come in and try and get that fund. So yeah, we work very hard trying to get something that was cohesive and make sense and exciting for Sandbox.
Nice. And so that will be something that I don't even know if they've announced when Alpha 4 will be, because they're still doing Alpha 3. But that'll be playable. I guess what type of game are you guys going to be making for season 4?
So season 4, we're looking into something a little bit more adventure, and we wanted to do something that has a bit of puzzles. That's a little bit different than what you see. Those are going to be a little bit tricky, and some of them are going to be like easy. So we're trying to cater for a lot of different NSA gamers. So there are some in, let's say, for example, like we have like chapter 3. One of the puzzles, I believe it took me close to like 30 minutes to figure out. It was very, very challenging, but it kind of got me this nostalgia feeling, when you're playing like Metroid, and then you figure out like, oh my god, like there is a secret, like there is a passage, or there's like, I need to get this jump to figure out something, and then you figure it out, and then you get that accomplishment.
Yeah,
I had that feeling the same way for some of our puzzles, because they are challenging, but they're not like too frustrating that you just want to throw your controller out.
Well, that's good. And back in the day, real gamers know about the strategy guide that you used to have to pick up. If you got stuck somewhere, you had to go get the little book that told you how to get past the certain thing. Now everyone just has YouTube and everything. But was your guys' game made in-house, or did you guys have a third-party company make the game for you?
We're working with a third-party company, but we're pretty much like very, very. I think we built a good relationship throughout like the year. So we're pretty much like they're integrated in our Discord. Like we've been very, very. They've been very good to work with. Their name is Jotter Media.
Jotter Media, nice. And I guess besides being in Alpha 4, do you guys have any plans to expand in the sandbox? You guys have a spot in our social hub, but is there any plans for, you guys to integrate in any other social hubs, or maybe create your own?
Yeah, absolutely. We're working on a lot of different metaverses coming out. So we have already like World Wide Web 3, which is a 2D metaverse. So we already have an apartment there, and we're working on some really cool stuff to get our Octohedz in there. And also there are, like, let's say, like the other world NFT, like the other side, sorry, and a bunch of others that we cannot disclose yet because they're still like they haven't made a big announcement. So yeah, we're definitely looking to expand into a lot of different metaverses.
Nice. If you guys are watching the screen right now, Slater is running around in the Octohedz portion of our social hub in the sandbox. You see the Octohedz dancing.
Yeah, and I see you guys changed also the pond, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I haven't actually been, because I used to host the show, so I do the one running around in the sandbox, but since Slater does it now, I haven't personally been on Sandbox in a while, so this is all new to me, what our social hub looks like. But
no, it came along a long way. Like, you guys have a lot of different partners showing up, and it's really cool to go and walk around the Sandstorm hub and just explore some of the other collections. And it's kind of cool how Web3 kind of puts everyone together in the same room. It's just unheard of.
Yeah, and as Slater said in the chat, he said, anyone noticed that quest in our hub? Wonder what it means. Alpha Pass giveaway. Collect the Alpha Pass and take a screenshot with the Sandstorm Duck for a chance to win a Season 3 Alpha Pass. So it looks like, that is going on in our social hub. And there's a video on our YouTube channel for anyone watching that wants to figure out how to get in to the social hub if you don't know how to operate Sandbox yet. So definitely go check that out. I did want to talk about something cool that you guys did since the last time we were on, is the water park that you guys launched in the Philippines.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was awesome. So it's a inflatable island with the giant octopus. Like, yeah, you can see from the screen, and then It's actually the largest inflatable island in Asia, and I think in the world. It's 11 basketball court, right? So that we officially launched it in June. So it's been like 3-4 months now. So all the Octohead holder from any collection, so you can get it get in for like 50% discount, and then you can get access to free access to Octo Queen Lounge, and yeah, all those things, like they have a food, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and the Octo Queen Lounge is like a VIP hub.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like really, really cool.
Nice. And is this open all year round, or you guys only have it up at certain times?
It's all year round, but it's gonna be here for about like a year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is really cool. I guess how many Octohead holders, show up to this, and then how many non-NFT people, come there and ask questions, I guess, about NFTs?
I think what we have is because some of the holders already actually are part of the team that's working there, so they already kind of know some of the history. Mm-hmm. So if anyone have any questions, we also have QR codes all around. So if someone walks around and wanted to know a little bit more about NFTs, they just take their cell phone, scan, and then get a lot more information there.
Yeah, so we have little people over there, and then they can explain and stuff. Like personally, we never been to the Philippines, and we are looking forward for that. Probably sometime next year.
Yeah, we're trying to make excuses for ourselves to go and visit, so it's higher up on our list.
Yeah, well, I guess if you guys have never been to the Philippines, why did you guys put the stuff located in the Philippines?
Like, first of all, like Filipino people is amazing, and the Philippines is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's a land of like 1,000 islands, right? It's like, and believe it or not, is majority of the NFT holder and NFT trader, I think, come from the Philippines. Yeah. So there are huge amount of people in the community as well that come from the Philippines. So I guess why not? We you support that, we support you, and then also I know that there are many countries suffering from like with the pandemic and the tourism and everything, especially country like the Philippines or any country in Southeast Asia, right? So we want to bring back not just the virtual economy that actually booming during the time that the real world was suffer. So we want to take back and help the local and help the environment and everything like that. Yeah.
Nice. And yeah, I think I've never been to the Philippines, but I believe where it's positioned in the world, the weather there is usually pretty beautiful year round. So that'd be better than putting it somewhere, I guess, in America or up by Canada or somewhere like that where, you'd have to take it down because it's cold.
Yeah, because we're located in Toronto, so we're even if we
cannot put it here for sure.
We're already getting like sub-zero temperatures already, and we're not even in November, so it's already done.
Right. Well, I mean, this is awesome. I think it's great. Like you said, you have QR codes around. I think it's good for just general education about NFTs for people that would go to that and be like, what is this? Who's putting this on? And they just scan the QR code and then, immediately onboarded onto what NFTs are. And they see that, it's not just, animal pictures on the internet, that NFT, communities are doing more than just, putting pictures out there.
Oh yeah, and I want to give it a shout out to our project lead, also Kyle. He's gonna be in the Philippine Blockchain Week, and gonna represent Octohedz, and he gonna be in the inflatable island. So if anyone want to meet up, shoot him a message.
All right, yeah, Kylan out in the chat, which I actually read a tweet from Kylan out. He was talking about Octohedz, and I wanted to ask that he had said you guys sponsored a beach resort. If you guys want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's part of the inflatable island. That's the water park.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. So it's the same thing. All right. Well, the next thing you guys did, to connect NFTs to the real world is you launched an underwater museum with the Sea of Life and the LA Union, also in the Philippines. If you want to talk a little bit about that, I think when you guys were on the show last time, you guys were just talking about launching it, but now it's actually launched.
Yeah, it launched in August actually, and this was actually one of the ideas that we wanted to was back in our head. Like we wanted to get Octohedz in a museum. We're looking at how can we get that anywhere around the world, and we're looking at like venues and stuff like that. And one of the ideas, like one of the holders came up and he was like, have you considered doing something that kind of work with our ethos and help the planet and help also like marine life and all that, and have it kind of immortalized? And that's kind of like the whole kind of came up, the whole discussion, and we got connected. It was basically the holders that are kind of connecting us around with a lot of cool ideas.
Yeah, that's how that's the power of the community, right? When you have passionate people coming in together, and then yeah, it's like for us, like it's click in the way because that's our ethos. We always want to do something that to pay it forward, just give back to environment, and it's perfect because marine life is what inspired Octohedz in the first place. So yeah, that's where the underwater museum come in, and it's gonna be there for like
I think like
I think
3 years
3 years,
plus.
and yeah,
Oh
three
yeah.
plus, and then they're gonna go take care of it, and then we're gonna revitalize the coral reef from that because we only have two home, I would say, like the forest and the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we can take care of that part. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's all. I mean, it's awesome you guys are doing that. What, as an Octohedz holder, you mentioned you get 50% off, I believe, at the water park. Does an Octohedz holder get any type of utility at the museum?
Actually, some of the holders actually that hold the NFTs have their artwork on in the museum. So it's like we've actually commissioned some of our Octohedz to be in that museum. So not only do they get to go and do a dive, they get to see their
Yeah.
NFT underwater that's actually helping and contributing to marine life. So I think that's one of the things that we wanted to push further.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. And do you guys have any plans to do any more in real life stuff to connect, the digital world to the real world?
We are in talks with different like museums as well. Like there is a place in Southeast Asia as well that we've been in talks with, but still kind of like we're still in negotiations.
Yeah, because like when it's come to the real world and then when it's come to like a country thing, it's kind of challenging to go through with everything. So yeah, we're looking forward to do more, but now we're still talking. Yeah,
Yeah, trying to get the regulations and everything approved.
government and stuff like that.
Yeah, just trying to get that museum where it is today. It took a lot of effort and time and
Yeah, like a
a lot of
year.
approvals.
Yeah.
So like everything takes time. So if you know anyone or if anyone listening and wants us to connect us with someone that wants to do something really rad, yeah, we're completely down.
100%.
Awesome. And yeah, I just wanted to, I guess commend you guys for being, you guys are the real deal. I mean, like I said, we talked back in February and you guys had all these plans of, what you guys were going to do. And, a lot of projects that either, I guess maybe some of them I could have talked to or just that have out there in the NFT space had a lot of things that they said they were going to do. And then, they disappeared, but you guys, have fallen through and, you've done the water park. You guys have done the museum. You've put out the voxel and you got a sandbox game coming out. So, shout out to you guys for sticking to it and, helping grow the NFT community.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
And another thing that you guys have, is this something that is coming or something that is already out, is a gamified auction house and a marketplace you guys are working on?
Yeah, so this one is part of our October launch because every October we call it the Octo months. So this month we wanted to launch this marketplace since April, but we just thought we wanted to do our little spin on it and do something that's a little bit different and kind of gamified in a little way. So we're launching the auction house next week, and that's something that we're very, very excited about. Basically, we instead of just like how most tokens are on layer 1, so we're doing our token bridging on layer 2. So basically we're creating a gasless experience, so you can still claim your tokens on the mainnet Ethereum and then go and use the same tokens gasless completely and use them in our marketplace. And on top of that, there is like this auction house experience where instead of just like a normal auction, we're doing a spin-off for the penny auctions, which very, very fast. And so instead of having an auction that lasts like 24 hours and just you have to go and act, this auction is going to be like it feels like you're pretty much like playing a game and having people on and bidding live, and every minute, like the auction you pretty much like a dynamic auction experience
Yeah.
that we're very, very excited to bring to our holders.
Nice. And what different I guess things are going to be on this marketplace? Is this going to be one-of-one arts? Are people going to be able to list their own art and sell it for auction? Or are you guys partnering with certain collections?
Yeah, so basically we're launching the auction house in 2 phases. So phase 1 is going to be for our holders to go and experience it, and that way we'll also kind of learn from that and improve it. Basically, it will be open just for whoever hold the Octohedz. And later on, when we launch the phase 2, which is coming in the next couple of months, is we're gonna open that up for the public. Where if you have, like, let's say a token for your project and you wanted to use our platform, you can bring it in and bridge it, and we'll work with you trying to get that as well. And on top of that,
Yeah. So on top of that, we have we looking forward to like onboard one-on-one artists.
Mm-hmm.
So the artists that underrepresent, or like women, or like all those people that don't have too much voice in the space. So we want to empower that people, and then like showcase their artwork one-on-one on the auction house. So yeah, that's what we are working on with that.
yeah, and our idea is, how, like, let's say a one-on-one artist, when they do a drop, is completely different than a big project doing a drop, because you have like a bunch of people trying to get into like a PFP, but for a one-on-one artist, they release one at a time, and basically it's first come, first serve, and it's very kind of like is uneventful. So we wanted to create an experience for one of our artists where they come in and they announce like, hey, we're releasing something on let's say like October 28th. And that will bring all of the people who are interested. They will come in and actively kind of bid and make it as a event rather than just like a 1 minute, sale. So more than that, like, you get communities to work together, maybe work against each other, etc., and try and create something that's a little fun in the space.
All right. And then you said it was launching this month. What's the exact day that you guys are going to be rolling that out?
We're looking on Friday next week.
Okay, awesome. If you guys are in the stream and you guys are wanting to be there for the launch of that, make sure you guys hop in the Octohedz Discord, follow them on Twitter, so you guys can get that information. I did want to ask, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that we would talk about something later. A hot topic right now in the NFT world is creator royalty fees. And as a creator, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about some of these collections, going to 0% creator royalties?
I would say I'm a little bit indifferent, in a way that I think that the creator fee only affects not just the top 1% of NFTs. It affects the 0.01% of NFTs that's already out there. So most collections that come out, most of them, like, they make their buck by just selling the main collection, and that's how they build most of the time. So I think I think in a way it's still unfair, in a way that collections get to go and strip out the royalties, because I think it's supposed to be kind of promoting a freedom of speech. Like, if you want to keep it 0, that's your choice. If you want to make it 1, 2, 3, etc., that's still your choice. But that's just my take. What about you, Rita?
So my take would be, I think as an artist, before it, even in any industry like music industry or like other industry, the artists actually get paid by royalty fee, even if you write a book or like whatever, right? So I don't think if you reduce that, it's gonna make any different from the consumer end as well, because I think they put their heart and soul into their work. So it either that they should be rewarded for their work in that sense. But again, it's your choice if you want to put it 0% or like 2.5 or 5 or 7. And also, it's almost like art, like beauty in the eye of the beholder, right? Everything is subjective. If you feel like you want to like pay that small fee for that artist that you want to support, then go for it. If not, then it's your choice. But I don't think that you should dictate and just eliminate it all at once. Yeah, so that is my take for it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think a new marketplace that popped up, Blur. I think they are trying to do something like that where you get to pick what fee you want to pay. You can pay 0, or you could pay 50%, whatever. I don't know if there's a cap, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that would work, and definitely just people trying out different things in the NFT space. Who knows where we'll end up months or years from now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like how Blur looks, so I'm rooting for them. Hopefully they make the difference in the space, and I think it's a good idea to introduce it, but I think it's more like the project leads were like they should have that empowerment to select themselves and give them the option. I'm like, hey, like if my ideology is like, if I come in to Blur and they tell me, hey, if you reduce your royalty fee, you have more perks, I think that would come off across as working with the creators, rather than, hey, the buyers have full control over everything. So I'm just looking at it from a different perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
And I love Blur. Like, I just how the interface look, how fast it is, and actually I got lucky enough to get a chance to try it out before, like in the beta mode, and I got a chance to talk to the founder, and then I love them. I love their vision, and I love what they do. So definitely rooting for Blur.
Yeah. Hopefully they can shake some things up in the space.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you guys about something that is going to be coming, later, probably, I guess, judging from Q3 2023, I guess a year from now, launching Live the Life Academy. It's a Web3 learning platform.
Yeah, totally. Like, we are so excited for that because, before we are in NFT space, we love sharing our knowledge. We love educating people. Like, so I believe that sharing is caring. And then, if you know something, you have to share to other people. If it's a good thing, you want people to know too, right? So yeah, that's the thing. And all of our team members have the passion in educating people. So this is what, as our core, we want to do that. We want to bring on board billion of people to actually know about NFT, not just some JPEG that doesn't have any value. I want to bring more people in, and then where they're gonna find out about the information is not as much as other spaces yet. So that's what we want to change, and when we want to make Live the Life Academy to be something that people want to come learn and then have a support.
Yeah, and basically, like we've been also content creators before the Web3, so we kind of have that experience and knowledge, and both of us are like self-taught with pretty much everything, and we wanted to give that a chance for other people too, because I've always talked to, let's just say, some of my family members, for example, that they wanted to do something outside of their comfort zone, but I think it's just like, I want to try and empower more people to try and do that, because you gotta try before, you gotta try something different to experience it, right?
Yeah, because when I try to like talk to my friend IRL, and then they was like, "Oh, you're so passionate about this topic. I love it, but I don't understand anything at all." Like, it's just like they don't know anything about it. So you know what? If my friend, like, I'm very close to them, and then I just spend my time an hour just to like tell them about, like, educate them about what we do and stuff. So yeah, I just want to do that to not just my friends but other people and bring them in, because at the end of the day, if any technology will progress in the future, we need some more people in the space. We need mass adoption, right? We need a younger generation. Like nowadays, it's just like us is as millennial, or maybe a little bit people that older than us. I don't see many of the younger generation coming in as well. So I wanted to do that. I want to change that, and then keep our like work moving forward.
Yeah.
What do you guys think will be, like, I guess, a catalyst that will, help onboard masses of people into the NFT and just blockchain space?
I personally think gaming Gaming will onboard masses. Right now, we're seeing a lot of heat. Even if you go on YouTube, a lot of people are not in favor of NFTs in gaming,
No.
and I understand why. I mean, they have good reason. They've been burned so much by triple A's, but I think the indie gaming will change that, especially when they start to work together. Let's just say, like, I would love to have an Octohedz in Assassin's Creed, right? Like that would be, but once people start to see that I can bring my own character in the game, uh, any game moving forward, that would probably make people click. Like I can have my avatar in so many different games, especially like streamers. Like if I'm playing a game and I keep changing my character, let's say I'm playing Cyberpunk, for example, I have to go into the creator and change my character. But instead, I can just import my NFT and have that NFT in every single game. Whenever I post that video online and make content, people are not going to second guess who that person is. Is going to look at my PFP or my avatar, and they will instantly know, oh, that's Moss, 100%, because that's his NFT. And I think once people start to do that, and we see like real use cases of how that kind of empowers the digital economy, this will change these perspective of gamers. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Like, because there are a lot of misconception in gaming industry, right? For like the gamer that they don't like NFT and all those stuff. But I think we need to, if everyone else, like right now we have a phone and we have an app. Let's say, for example, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have WhatsApp, like whatever, right? So the mass adoption will come after we have MetaMask or like then that on the phone of everyone. So that is, I think that's when the mass adoption gonna come through.
Yeah, because right now getting anything crypto on the phone is very hard. But once we figure out a decent, safe way for people to move crypto around that's convenient, and I think like let's just say if you're going to a store and instead of paying with a credit card, because now credit card fees are going up, you can just use your MetaMask wallet or any other wallet to pay for just say a bottle of water or pop. I think that will change a lot of people's perspective once they see like the fees and the freedom of moving funds around. I think that will also help.
Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely needs to become easier for sure. Because right now, for people that have no idea what they're doing, it is scary. You're like, you're worried your whole bank account's going to get taken from you.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you can't be safe. You have to be very careful with every transaction, even if you're a programmer and savvy. You just gotta double and triple check everything.
Yeah. And also like when everything is like smooth as like silk, we are too late, right? So now we are very early. We help shape that smooth road for them. So I'm excited for that.
I know. I hope 5 to 10 years from now we're saying like, dude, I was here when you used to have to send a MetaMask transaction and change the gas fee, and double check the address, and it's just difficult times. I hope it's a lot easier in the future for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And speaking of scary stuff, the current market conditions, I mean, obviously the global market conditions are pretty scary for everything. Has the lack of volume in the NFT space and the price of Ethereum, has it affected you guys at all?
Oh, yes and no. I think one of the things that I think because we're a little bit older, we've been through a lot of stuff in life that were a lot scarier than that. So
yeah.
So for us, it was like, okay, I know it's a challenge, but we've been through a lot more. We can do something. So it's definitely comes across that it's a challenge, but we can make it.
Yeah, and also we are very secure enough, I would say, to build in next year to come. So yeah, because also Octohedz it launched like last year, not like currently this year, right? So we are in the good position, and yeah, we move forward with everything. Everything go like as flow. So we are in pretty good spot.
Yeah, and also we're a bit resourceful with what we have, so we try and stretch as much as we can, because we're both like engineers. We know how to build stuff, so it's we try and work with everything we got.
Yeah, and you don't actually, honestly, you don't need much to do things. You just need that passion, determination, like discipline, all those things, just and keep doing it. That's all.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about community and the Octohedz community, and I do agree that community is a huge part in the Web3 space and NFTs. I guess what is the community sentiment like in within Octohedz? Are people still participating in different things you guys are doing? And I guess what different things are you guys doing to keep the community engaged?
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of Twitter Spaces. We started the show with our community members. So Kyle now is leading a show on Friday, and we also have Women Wednesday with Rita and Remote Cryptoverse. So we've been doing a weekly show as well to bring in some news and highlight some of our community members, and just showcase the technology to whoever's coming into Twitter and whatnot.
Yeah, and we try to expand to other platforms also because, the funny thing also is for me, I think if like right now the crypto and NFT space is only in Twitter most of the time, right? So, but another challenging part, if you want to onboard many people, like mass adoption, you need to go to other platform as well. You need to go to, like, let's say Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, all those stuff to bring in more people. So that is the only way to go, because if you already do something just on Twitter, people already know that. But what about other people that doesn't know anything about it? So that is our goal for the next year as well. We want to expand our reach and bring in new blood.
Yeah, and that's basically what Live the Life Academy mission is the mass adoption and teaching and showcase what the technology could do.
Nice. Yeah, hopefully, I think I saw something about Reddit having a couple million crypto users on there, and there's been rumors of either Reddit doing an NFT marketplace or just integrating NFTs onto Reddit. So I definitely, there's a lot of hate for NFTs on there, but there's also a lot of love. So maybe when people start integrating their NFTs to Reddit, we can bring some of those haters over to lovers.
But isn't that just what Reddit is?
Yeah, I don't know if there's too many lovers on Reddit. It's usually a bunch of hate over there, but yeah.
So true, yeah.
Do you guys have any plans? We talked about NFT NYC. I know Slater had said that some of the Sandstorm team was going to be going to CES in Vegas. Are you guys going to be attending any conferences, NFT conference, crypto conference anytime soon?
We have plans, but we still haven't secured. I think there are so many events that's happening next year, so we're still kind of lining up our schedule, especially because we're working. Mm-hmm. We're going to be working deep diving in Live the Life Academy, so we have to divide and conquer. So we still work on the plan.
Yeah, so we actually went to NFT NYC, right? And that's incredible. We met so many people, but also we got an airdrop that we didn't want to. We got COVID from the event, so it actually knocked me out for a while. But yeah, rather than that, right now I'm excited to go to more event. I know that NFT London is coming up in November, but unfortunately we cannot attend that. But yeah, for sure, we like Philippine blockchain that we have our project lead there, but hopefully more next year we're gonna go full on and try to get it much as possible.
Yeah, you gotta avoid the COVID airdrop for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we talked about just about everything that I have written down. Do you feel like there's anything else you guys are working on that we haven't talked about on the show that you'd like to share?
Yeah, one thing we've done is when we had our first year anniversary, we did a gasless airdrop to all of our holders, where we had a Pixel PFP, and we pretty much asked everyone just to go in and visit their OpenSea, and we introduced the anime look of their PFP. So that's something that we've been working on in the back end, trying to figure out a way to reward their holders with something that's completely different, gasless, and the showcase what the technology could do, because I don't think I've seen many projects do something like that. Basically, they drop a different another collection and dilute, but we wanted to make sure that we reward our core holders without diluting the collection, and make sure that they get more value for their NFT, and see the NFT is pretty much when you get it, like there is a lot more uses for it, and that's one way that we wanted to make them experience that in Octohedz.
So is this what we're seeing on screen right here? Is that one right there is the anime PFP?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what we've done was, like, you go into your OpenSea for any of the Octohedz PFPs, and then you'll see a button at the bottom that says if you want it to be a pixel or anime, and you can just toggle through completely gasless, and you own both of them.
Oh wow, that's actually really cool. Yeah, these things look amazing. Nice. Well, I mean, hopefully we can reconvene here in like another 8 months, and we can talk about all the things that you guys have done to start off 2023. I think that's pretty much everything that I have for today, Shaw. I don't want to take up any more of your guys' time.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
It
so
was
much.
awesome connecting with you again.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show, and thank you to everyone out there watching. Once again, join the Octohedz Discord, follow them on Twitter, getting they're doing weekly Twitter Spaces, correct?
Yeah, actually, twice a week. So one on Wednesday, it's Women Wednesday with me and Remote Cryptoverse. So we onboard. We want to showcase and empower women in the space. And another one on Friday, Octohedz podcast with Kaya now. So yeah, twice a week.
All right, so make sure you guys follow Octohedz, get in those Twitter Spaces, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
You too. Happy Friday.
Thank you so much. You as well.